So a couple different training sessions put together here. I'm going to go in backwards order too. This is the one I just did today. Did some squats. So this was squats with double red bands. We measured them out before. There's something like 50 pounds a piece at the top, maybe a little bit more, maybe 70, maybe 80. I don't know. Top set here. This is 580 plus double red bands for 5. I felt pretty good about this set going into it. It was probably a little bit harder than I expected. I mean, it's a hell of a lot of weight. If it's 580 plus, even just 100 pounds of bands, it's 680 at the top for 5. That's a huge set. The first rep, I really wish I would have dunked it more. I've been having trouble with just my hips not wanting to unlock. I guess it's just part of being old. I'm a master's lifter now. So I used to take a lot of pride in being able to get my squats super deep. And it's not a strength issue. It's a little bit of a mobility. So I'm definitely going to work on that. I'm going to put a little more effort into it. And I think some of it is, too, just holding yourself to doing your back downs to depth as well, which, kind of did okay on these. Some of these are a little bit deeper. But this was a set of, that's 375 plus the red bands. And this is another attempt at 20 rep squat. So I've done this a couple different ways, a couple different times, never the same weight, never the same setup. The goal is ultimately, I really want to do a set of 500 for 20. It won't be with a straight bar. It'll be with the Yukon, Buffalo, SSB. And I've done a lot of variations of those. I felt really good today. I mean, this is after a pretty darn heavy top set. I think most of my other attempts, the attempt at 20 is the top set. So like that, it's cool that this one as well as it did considering. The other thing, and Hunter pointed this out, and he's 100% right, is like when you're at the top and you're resting with just regular weight, you can kind of relax your legs and your body. The biggest thing I found is that when I was standing up, you can't really relax your glutes and your hips. If you do, you'll see like it kind of sways you a little bit, right? Like, so you kind of have to like stay locked in, which gave me an incredible glute pump. That's what I felt from this. I'm going to have a huge booty, which is awesome. But yeah, I got 17 reps, which I was actually pretty happy with. And then this going back, so for a little while during this prep, we were doing 3 bench days, a squat and a deadlift day. And granted, on my squat day, we're doing back extensions afterwards, so it's almost like a secondary deadlift. But the third bench day, really, it just starts to beat up my shoulders and my elbows, and then the quality of work goes down. So what me and my coach did is replace it with a core and grip day. So one of the things we've been doing is longer body weight planks and side planks. In past preps, we've done a lot of weighted planks going up to, I've had up to like 4 red plates on my back, which is like 220 pounds for like 20 or 30 second planks. Now we've been doing like 2 minutes at a time and just like super high rep ab wheel like this, it's just such a great core exercise. Really concentrating on keeping the toes down. I'd really like to be able to work up to be able to do one of these from standing. But I think it'll take me a little bit of time at 330 pounds of body weight. And then I tried to do, I used to knock these out like nobody's business. And it's cool because it's just a cool flex at 300 plus pounds body weight to be able to do GHD sit-ups. But man, it was just killing my hip flexors. I have some kind of either just weakness or a tear in my right hip flexor. And it is in terrible pain when I try to do stuff. So I should replace those with just, laying on the ground leg raises to get some hip flexor in there. And my coach sent me, what I'm going to start doing is like, hooking my foot into a kettlebell and just kind of lifting my knee up to just build back up my hip flexor. And I think it's going to have a big payoff for squat and deadlift too, because whatever's going on with that hip flexor isn't good. And this, what you're seeing right now, this is a static hold with 375, just double overhand, no hook. And that really helps my grip. That's the strongest my grip has ever been. So feeling really good about that. And this was the bench day that I did, worked up to the red bands, which again, pretty good weight on those red bands, up to 365 pounds for a single. And then we did a lot of good back down volume, which is always what we do. So red bands plus 308. We were doing sets of 4. So I think I did 3 sets of 4 at this weight. And it was great. I was getting long pauses, just completely smoking it, felt good. And then I think I did the next 3 is going to be at like, 300 pounds plus the red bands, which the red bands, again, probably like 50 pounds total on the bench. It depends on how much you stretch them. So like you're getting a lot more tension out of the top of a squat than you are the bench. But yeah, all the reps and sets on the bench felt really good, which is great because I've had some other bench sessions where I had to split it up into 2 days because I just really wasn't feeling it. You can see I got a little burnt out at some of the end of those reps. And that one, I hit the safety because it was set at Shane's height, and Shane's safety height is insanely high compared to mine. He's got a very interesting bench setup comparatively. And we just knocked out some like super heavy, not super high rep, chest presses in the plate loaded machine. That felt good. Been hammering a lot of like chest activation stuff, which feels really good. And then this was a deadlift day I had. It's labeled a deload day. But what I actually did here was 650 for 5. And I'll say this is one of the funniest days in the gym for me. I felt like just fatigued. It's just, you start to get tired. I'm 4 weeks out. We've been in prep. I've been doing back-to-back contests for God knows how long now, 2.5 years, something like that, 3 years. And this deload felt super heavy. And when I was doing my warm-ups, my good friend Shane, who was just in there, that's him right there trying to save my life. He literally said, he was like, I think I did 585 for 1. And he looks at me and goes, please don't try 650 for 5. He did say I proved him wrong. He's never going to question me again. Shane doesn't know that I'm actually just a big idiot and I'm completely willing to die for this. So, like, I'll do it. Like, I don't really care if I feel fatigued. We don't deal in RPEs around here. So, like, yeah, if the program says to do 650 for 5, I do it for 5. But also, like, my coach said, he's like, if that's super fatigued, it looked fine and you fell backwards and still caught it. So, like, it's not that bad.